It was a cold winter day on the island of Sodor. Duke, the narrow-gauge engine, was making his last train of the day as he was puffing into the yard. "This weather is very cold," said Duke. Easy up, Grandpuff," said Sir Handel. "Besides, this is one of the coldest days in January in history." "No kidding," said Duke's driver. "Unfortunately, one of the brakes is jammed. We can't go any further today, Duke." The passengers were worried. One started to complain, but then Mr. Percival arrived at the yard. "It looks like we're going to have to take the open-door coaches there," said Mr. Percival. "But I'm afraid, Duke, because you can't continue, your passengers are going to have to go with Skarloey." And the arrangements were made. The open coaches were usually used for the spring and summertime, but they haven't been used in quite a while. This was a unique experience. The coaches lay there just stranded. Duke was a little skeptical, though. When Skarloey came, he was coupled up to the train. Sir Topham Hatt was on board as well. "Do you think this is a good idea, Mr. Percival?" said Sir Topham Hatt. "It is," said Mr. Percival. Skarloey puffed away. As he ascended the slope, there was trouble. When he went down, he couldn't stop. "Help!" cried Skarloey. Worse was to follow. The points on the next track ahead of him were frozen, and they were diverted right to Rheneas, who was puffing in with his last train of the day, and he didn't know what was going to happen. "Look out, Rheneas!" shouted Skarloey, and he applied the brakes. As hard as he could, sparks flew from his wheels, and the rails grinded. Skarloey stopped inches from the buffers of Rheneas. "Why did you come in so fast?" cried Rheneas. The slope," said Skarloey. "Well, thank goodness you didn't crash into me," said Rheneas. "Otherwise my load would have been ruined." Later that day, all the engines convened into the narrow-gauge yards. Thomas came to take the passengers home. "What happened?" said Thomas. "It's a long story short," said Strutman, "but the slippery slope got to Skarloey, and thankfully he didn't crash into Rheneas. At best we get out of here right as fast as we can," said Strutman. So Thomas puffed away home with the passengers. "Well, the slope got to you today, too," said Duke. "You know," said Sir Handel, "well, two things could have happened. Either Rheneas would have been in the works, or Skarloey would have been rebuilt and preserved." The engines laughed. They knew that everything was all right.